Hi guys, this is the video tutorial for the cross wreath. I'm going to do another one in different colors from the first one I did. This is the wreath form, and it has 6 sections. In each section, I take wire pipe cleaners and I cut them in thirds and I put 4 into each section. If you're going to put flowers the length of this and in the center, this should be full enough. If you don't put flowers the full length, which is the way I did my other one, I did not put flowers down in this area, and I ended up having to add a section of mesh to each section and to the top. And but if you're going to do the flowers all the way down, 4 should be enough. If you want to make sure you have enough mesh in there, go ahead and add 1 per section. Now the mesh, I'm using a deep purple and a lavender. For this one, I used a gold and cream on the other one that I took the pictures of. Now, on the mesh, I like to use a wood burning tool. You can use a roller. Some of the mesh, sometimes if, like this lavender I got, was a little bit less quality for some reason than the purple, the deep purple, even though I bought it in the exact same place. But sometimes the wood burning tool helps to keep it from fraying as much. Or at least I think it does. So I don't have a heat mat yet, so I used my wood cutting board. And hold on. I like this because you can line it up all the way across the top, make sure it's straight. And line all the way at the bottom, make sure that's straight. Now I'll put something heavy down to hold my mesh down. Sorry. And that there's some excess on that top, so I'm gonna pull this down just a little further so I can cut that off. That's kind of ragged on the end. And like I said, you can use a roller, you can use a wood burning tool, and that just does that off right there. Okay. Now, oh, there's one hanging off. There we go. Get it all? Alright. Now, 10 inches on each of these, on every piece, and you can do any colors you want. 10 inches, and once you get that cut, you're going to take your little, pull that through, you're going to take each corner, match it up, pull your mesh to where it kind of matches there and there. Then you're going to take this end, scrunch it up, and then walk your fingers scrunching where you see how that's an accordion-like thing, to where you have this. Make sure that you got it to where the ends are even. And then one of the video tutorials I watched, they took this, they folded it, and they zip tied it here. I prefer, you can do it that way. I prefer to leave it out, and I zip tie it this way. The reason I prefer this, I will show you when I go to put them in the wreath form. It's just easier to me. Zip tie, at your end. Now the 4-inch zip ties are easier. These are, I think, are 6 or 8. But I ran out of my 4. And then you want to make sure that when you fold it, it looks like little bunny ears or something. And so I'm going to finish cutting all these, and I'll be back to show you how to put them into the wreath form. Okay, so now after cutting all of your mesh and zip tying it in those little shapes, you've already got your pop cleaners attached. Hold on, there's a little edge on there. Clip that little loose piece. Now, one of the other video tutorials I'd watched, they personally did theirs like this and zip tied them that way to put them into the form. For me, I zip tie them this way. That way when I fold them, that zip tie is at the top and I can place that right inside that little fold. Wrap it up and twist. Now that's just a personal preference. If you would think it's easier to do it the other way. And I twist all the way up. Now you can, once this is secured, snip off some of that excess. I just bend it down, and then once the wreath's finished, if I have any poking out anywhere or anything like that, I trim them off. And I do one color that don't come loose, and then I do the next color. And you don't have to worry about like forming them, the little petals or anything, fluff them out. You can do that once you get all the way, everything all in, because it's going to look a whole lot different once you've got them all in than it does starting. And my thing, I do from the bottom up, because if you start here and work down, you're gonna have to be lifting each set of mesh to go under it. So if you work from bottom to top, side in, top in, it just makes it a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to do one more so you can see it, and then I'm going to finish off camera so you don't have to watch me do every single one, and then I will be back with you. I'm going to do this one so you kind of see how it's going. Twist. And then I'll be back when I get them all in, and we'll proceed to the next step. Okay, on the last video, I forgot to mention something. On your cross wreath, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. When you tie your pop cleaners on, tie them around the 2 inside bars. You can see the 2 inside bars on the camera. There's 2 inside bars, and you wrap your pop cleaner around both and twist twice. Like that. Now, on the last section of the video, I'd mentioned that you do 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. I ended up with this one. This mesh does not seem to be as thick as the gold that I used for my last wreath. So I ended up putting 2 extra here and 2 extra here. And then on each of these sections, I added 1 extra in the dark purple. Now, in my center, you can add more of your little bunny-eared mesh. But I wanted my flowers to kind of sink down into the mesh a little bit. So for this one, my personal preference, I made a little bow right here in the middle to hold it up off of the wreath a little bit. But at the same time, I can still sink them down into the mesh a little. But if you're wanting your flowers to be out, mounded out, go ahead and put those bunny-eared mesh. Oh, probably 2 more in the center. Now I have a bunch of floral that I've picked out. Really with the florals, it's going to be kind of your personal preference to colors and how you arrange it. Me, sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 attempts to get it like I want it. So with your florals, like, I think I'm gonna put this one kind of in here, this one kind of in here, and I'm gonna put hot glue on the back of them. And I think I'm gonna put one of these in here, and I've got this stem here that I like, that I'm going to kind of put in this way. And then I have some of these that I'm going to stick down into the mesh, down through here. I'm going to put some of this down in here. So I'm going to start arranging and gluing, and I will be back to show you the final product. Now, if there's any questions about the bunny ears and how they're laid out to make this look the way it does, and I had more trouble, I don't know why, with this lavender mesh than I've ever had with any mesh before. And I'm not, would it frays pretty bad. But I'm going to get this floral done, and I will be back. Okay, so I got all my florals done. Got all, everything glued in, and went through, and any frayed ends, clipped those. There's some hot glue. Make sure all the hot glue's gone from the stringy stuff. And that's how you do the cross wreath. Now you can also, instead of florals, put a bow. You can put a bow and florals. I have a sign, a wooden sign that I want to put on one with florals all around it. So just, you know, do you. And if you create some, I would love to see them. Then post them in the comments of the tutorial video. I'd love to see them. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope this helps.